The Philippine Uniformed Services Sports League, formerly known as AFP-PNP PCG Olympics, officially launched last September 16, 2025, bringing together various branches of the country's law enforcement agencies for a series of athletic competition. This event aimed to enhance physical fitness, foster interagency collaboration, and build morale among the men and women in uniform. As the puzzle kicked off, the opening ceremony featured a vibrant atmosphere, as we have seen the entrance and parade of the different participating teams: the Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, police, firefighters, jail officers, correction officers, and the newest members of the growing sports community, the National Bureau of Investigation, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, the Bureau of Customs, and the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority. All these participants struggled to aim for victory from the 25 sports discipline that lasted for a month-long head-to-head battle. Join us as we recall the most memorable and powerful snapshots of each sports event. The battle began during the opening ceremony, wherein the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology celebrated their first championship spot as they soared high in cheer dance competition. On the following day, the tug-of-war was dominated by the Philippine Navy for men's category and the Philippine Army for the women's category, respectively. The Battle for Relay event continued at the PhilSports Complex in Pasig City, wherein the Philippine Navy celebrated their second championship victory on this event. Subsequently, the basketball and volleyball events simultaneously began a day after the opening ceremony. In basketball, it was a 3-week intensive battle with deafening cheers held at the AFP Wellness Center. It has 3 categories, namely women's, enlisted personnel, men's and officers category. The Philippine Army team got the championship spot for women's category, while the Bureau of Fire Protection dominated the championship spot for the enlisted personnel men's category. Further, the Philippine Navy officers basketball team bagged another championship for the officers category. The volleyball event was held at the Philippine Army Gymnasium. For men's category, the Philippine Navy landed the championship spot, while the Philippine Army bagged the championship spot for women's category, respectively. The golf event was a 7-day competition, showcased at different major service golf courses and the Camp Aguinaldo golf course. Eventually, the Philippine Army celebrated their championship victory on this sport. The Arnis event was a 2-day battle, competed at the Philippine Army Gymnasium, wherein the Philippine Air Force once again celebrated their championship victory on this event. The badminton event was initiated at the Philippine Army Gymnasium that lasted for 3 weeks of exhilarating smashes among the participants. The Philippine Army solidly smashed up its opponents to bag another championship award. The mind-blowing matches on chess event were set off at Camp Crame, Quezon City. The Philippine Air Force lodged as the champion on this event. The softball event was a 5-day game, played in Barangay Bungahan, Cuenca, Batangas. The Philippine Coast Guard conquered the championship award in the playing field. The football event was a 6-day clash held at Rizal Memorial Sports Complex, Manila. The Philippine Air Force stood high and garnered the overall champion. For table tennis event, the Philippine National Police gained its championship spot among other opponents, held at the Philippine Air Force Gym in Pasay City. The Taekwondo event were held at the AFP Wellness Center in Camp General Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. The Philippine Air Force team dominated in this combative sports. The Karatedo event was held at the Jurado Hall, Bonifacio Naval Station, Taguig City. The Philippine National Police bagged another championship in this event. On the other hand, the Judo event was dominated by the Philippine National Police as the champion held last 18 October 2025 at the Rizal Memorial Sports Complex, Manila. The Philippine Army courageously defeated their opponents in the cycling event and declared as overall champion during their 3-day heart-pounding contest at the Makawayan Commercial Complex in Bulacan. The boxing event was a 3-day competition conducted at Rudyardo Brown Marine Barracks, Taguig City. The Philippine Army easily punched the championship spot for this event. For Sepak Takraw, the Philippine Navy ruled over the other participating teams. It was a 5-day breathtaking battle between the teams in which most of the team comprises world-class athletes we call as our own. The Dragon Boat once again captured the admiration of more than 1,000 spectators who fervently waited to witness the struggle of the paddlers to reach the finish line in Manila Bay, Roxas Boulevard. Overall, the Philippine National Police made it to the top for Dragon Boat event. The obstacle course race was contested at the Bridgetown Obstacle Park, Pasig City. It was an activity that required extra endurance and perseverance in order to accomplish the obstacles. The Philippine Army tightly held the championship spot for this amazing obstacle course race. Half-marathon event was done inside Camp Aguinaldo Circuit Grounds with 3 distance run categories executed. The Philippine Army dominantly led the track over the other participating agencies. The swimming event was held at the PhilSports Complex in Pasig City, wherein the Philippine Air Force celebrated another championship victory on this event. The lawn tennis event was initiated at Afcock Tennis Court inside Camp General Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City, that lasted for 2 weeks of exhilarating smashes among the participants. The Philippine National Police solidly smashed up its rivals to bag another championship. The Philippine Uniformed Services Sports League 2025 made history with the successful staging of its first ever esports tournament finals on 8 October 2025 at the Philippine Air Force Gymnasium, Pasay City. The Philippine Air Force claims championship in first ever esports tournament. The shooting event was a 3-day activity held at Camp General Emilio Aguinaldo firing range. The Philippine Army solidly shot the championship spot in this event. The recently concluded Philippine Uniformed Services Sports League marked a significant milestone in fostering camaraderie, unity, teamwork, and physical fitness among the nation's uniformed personnel. This inaugural event, featuring participants from the Armed Forces of the Philippines, Philippine National Police, Philippine Coast Guard, Bureau of Fire Protection, Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, Bureau of Corrections, National Bureau of Investigation, Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, and Bureau of Customs successfully united these diverse agencies in a competitive yet collaborative atmosphere through a friendly sports competition. The league not only showcased athletic prowess, but also aimed to promote a culture of wellness and mutual respect among our uniformed personnel. This year's event was particularly notable for the participation of MMDA, NBI, PDEA, and BOC, making its debut alongside the other agencies, highlighting the inclusivity and unity among the different sectors of the uniformed services. Today, the month-long competition will officially end with a heartfelt celebration of victory of each team's achievements. The spirit of camaraderie and unity shines through, leaving everyone with a renewed sense of purpose. As they embrace their differences, they realize that their shared commitment to serve and protect the nation is what truly makes them champions.